from 86 or 96 they didn't.
Chief.
No, not yet. I will.
Everyone, please stand. We'll salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You okay? Are we going right down? Okay.
Did you hit the red button, Fred? On November 29, 2023, notice of this meeting was emailed to the Courier Post newspaper and the Philadelphia Inquirer and duly posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been met in compliance with the Sunshine Law. Roll call, Fran?
Councilman Bider?
Here.
Councilman Casey? Councilman D'Angelo?
Here.
Councilman Evans?
Here.
Councilwoman Fina?
Here.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Here.
Mayor Stalder?
Here. At this time, before we go in any further into the meeting, tonight's a special night that we'd like to recognize the Bell Oak School boys basketball team on their what they did, their championship. Very proud of them. Did a great job. At this time, I'd like to ask Councilman Ray Bider and Councilman Bill Evans. They will be presenting the awards to all the boys.
Oh, yeah, those are fantastic.
Everyone, thank you. I don't think I need that. Thank you for coming. And tonight, I'm very happy and honored to present certificates to all of you. I've been talking to your coach a little bit, and Mike and I discussed when the last time Bell Oaks won the basketball championship, which was never. And just a little side note, I ended up growing up in Runnymede, and it seemed like every year Runnymede, Stratford were teams that won it. I'm going back long before any of you were even thought of in the 1960s to present. So you should be super proud of your accomplishment. It's a great tribute to Belmar students, to your coaches. I see Mike, I don't see Brian.
What are you watching college basketball?
Because I used to know Brian when he worked with state police, and I was talking to him, and he was thrilled at the accomplishments of you people also. So your jackets look great, and what we'll do is call by grade level first. The grade level is 5, 6, 7, and 8. And it says Bell Oaks Owls boys basketball team. The certificate is presented to, and the name and your number, for your dedication and commitment to the Bell Oaks boys basketball team. Congratulations for your great season and winning the championship. Camden County Basketball League champions. Presented on this 21st of March, 2024 by members of Mayor and Council, Borough Belmar, and congratulations to all. Again, congratulations, and 5th graders, John Sikowski. You can wait. They deserve the applause. I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce the most important lady in the audience, your superintendent. Welcome, and thank you also for coming.
That's the superintendent.
Dylan Medina.
Yep, I need to represent them.
Sixth graders,
I should represent them.
Justin Reed,
I have an interest in representing them now.
Aaron Patel,
Oh my God.
Cameron Moss, Mason Bryant, Patrick Del Percio, Andrew Gonzalez, Brennan Beck, Isaiah Evans. Must have known you were next. Jaden Evans. Vinny DeLuca. Seventh graders. Shannon Hextall. Andrew Sabateri. And now you're just called you, Vinny, come on up. And now your eighth graders. Neil Patel. Kyle Johnson. And for those that don't know, blame your father. Made me announce, no, he didn't, seriously, but Kyle was MVP. Because Bernard Velasco, Mike Bittner, Trey Williams, Liam Moore, and I don't think he's here, Azan Shazat, Joe Heverly, and last but not least, Cameron Fernandez. And Coach Mike Mizuka.
Mike, did you want to say anything?
Oh, yeah.
Has to.
I'm not.
You're used to speaking.
It's not a question.
I'm definitely not going to write things down. Thank you, Mayor and Council. Such a big honor for the boys and me to be here again. We were here around 2012 when the girls won their first championship for softball. Thank you, parents. I know I always thank you, but I want to thank you again for always driving and picking up and running around like we all do when we have teenagers like this. And of course, most importantly, I want to thank the boys. It was a great season. You know, first time in school history to be undefeated. Someone never going to forget. So thank you, boys, for all the hard work.
Big voice.
Want to get some pictures, Bob?
Yep.
Ready?
You get for a picture.
Why don't you move them over if you can?
Yeah,
Hey, Councilman, if we move them that way, we got them backed up over here. We can, if we can get right against the table and slide over.
Just go on the other side of the railing.
Yeah.
And then we'll bunch it up real close.
Or you could have a couple stand right in the front of the middle.
You guys are always picking on her.
Yeah, some of the fifth or sixth graders. See, this is why she's superintendent.
I know, except Jim and me.
Hey, put your certificate down, bud. Let's see your face. You put down with it? Oh, it's gotta be you.
No, my superintendent's.
Now, as Mike said, remember, that's just
We had
the
a couple,
beginning.
Mike got a couple dunks in there.
This is the beginning of boys championships, girls,
Yeah.
softball coming up. Bell Oaks has really excelled over the last couple of years, and let's hope that it's a sign for current and future. So, again, congratulations, guys. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming out. We'll take a quick recess. If you'd like to leave, you don't need to stay for the meeting if you need to leave. Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah, well, here's, yeah. Exactly, 4 foot tall.
Now you've got 2 6-footers.
Happy birthday.
He
was
Today's
29
your
the other,
birthday?
no,
his
a couple of
birthday.
days ago. 29.
You don't look a day over 30,
How you
Tom.
doing?
Yeah, see you, Tom.
Thank you for coming out.
Danielle,
Take care,
Mike.
buddy. I didn't realize that was his brother. Kylie.
This time, I ask for a motion for approval of the meeting minutes from February 22nd, 2024.
So moved.
Fran?
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fina?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
I'm going to committee reports. Councilman Bider?
Just a couple of brief items. The annual baseball, softball opening parade will be Saturday, April 6th at 11 a.m. from Annunciation School to their respective fields with opening games to follow. Under the finance, the 2023 annual financial statement has been completed. Our CFO will be giving it for website, hopefully in the next day or two. And on a note, our tax collection this year was highest that we've recorded in 2023 at 98.7%, which is fantastic. Our budget, due to some state variation and changes, will be introduced at the April 25th meeting and adopted at the May 23rd meeting. In the past, it was March, April, but now the new guidelines will be April 25th, introduction here, and 23rd of May will be the adoption. And you'll hear in the resolutions that we're still working then on a temporary budget, which we have to do until the new budget is officially approved. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Councilman Casey's working tonight. Councilman D'Angelo.
Thanks, Mayor. Highway Division has just completed the concrete work on Colonial Road. The asphalt rehabilitation will be completed in April. We are very happy to report, thank goodness, near average street pressures to all of our Belmar water customers. Updates were recently posted on the Borough webpage. Our Facebook page and letters have been mailed to all of our Belmar water customers. All efforts are being made to have the Warren Avenue Water Treatment Plant up and running in our original timeline. I want to congratulate Bell Oaks. I was on that school board for 10 years. We had Odyssey to mine. They won. We had chess teams, they won. The only thing I wanted was that basketball team to win a title in 10 years. Never came close. So I am so happy that they finally won, because it's like, they finally got it. Like the one missing part that I wanted to see happen, finally happened. Those kids are great. Congratulations, and congratulations to the team. Terrific. That's all.
Nicely done.
Thank you, Jim. Councilman Evans?
Thank you, Mayor. I want to echo what Councilman D'Angelo just said. It is very nice to see Bell Oaks boys basketball team bring home a 19-0 season championship. When Ray was playing and they were using actual peach baskets, they weren't nearly as good.
That's when Runnymede won,
Right.
and that was 1962.
Councilman Evans, we have policy that
Oh,
affect
that's
those
true.
kinds of statements now.
I apologize. It wasn't really a peach basket. It was just a peach. I'd like to also remind everyone that the Business Alliance will be meeting again on April 4th. We'll be at the community center. It'll be at 4 o'clock. We invite all businesses and look forward to their input. And then the last thing, Mayor, is a reminder that the community cleanup will occur on Saturday, May 18th. We're asking for everyone in town to participate in that. We'll be planting some flowers, doing some cleanup work down in the industrial park areas. If you have any questions, feel free to see me. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Bill. Councilwoman Fina?
Yes, Mayor. Due to the pending weather on Saturday, the Easter egg hunt has been changed to tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. at the rec center. So we hope to see everybody there. I'd like to congratulate the Bell Oaks basketball team as well, and wish all of our residents a very happy Easter. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Joanne. Councilman Wilhelm?
Thank you, Mayor. Also, congratulate to Bell Oaks basketball team. Funny thing is these teams are winning these championships. They're not just winning the championships, they're going undefeated. I mean, we were here last week congratulating teams that were undefeated. So, again, I'll repeat what I said last week. It's a testament to the coaches, the parents, everything that they're doing to raise really great kids, and the dedication that they show towards these programs is phenomenal. So, congratulations to them. For the fire department, I have a report for the month of February. They responded to a total of 69 incidents, completed 53 training sessions. The Division of EMS handled 262 calls. Bureau of Fire Safety did 12 life hazard inspections, 6 non-life hazard inspections. I'd like to announce that the fire department received notification of a grant award in the amount of $74,000 for the purchase of new personal protective equipment, which is their firefighting gear that they wear. That's a testament to the hard work of Chief Dorenzo. Chief, it's appreciative. That will save us about 3 years of capital purchases for this equipment. So again, thanks, Chief. For the police department, for the month of February, they responded to 1,165 calls for service, conducted 52 investigations, 73 individuals were arrested. They issued 409 motor vehicle summonses and handled 8 crashes for the month. And lastly, you'll see on the agenda, first reading of an ordinance adding Class 3 special law enforcement officers and a shared service agreement with the Board of Education. So I'm proud to announce the fact that the Board of Education and Mayor and Council have come together to put a police officer in our schools. It's a long time coming. We look forward to this being very successful and hopefully being able to build on it in the future. So thank you to the superintendent and the Board of Education for your hard work with us and coming together with this deal. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Craig. Under my report, echo also congratulations to Bell Oaks for the basketball team. Belmar's really been on the map lately with everything going on with the teams. It's been great. Yesterday, we had a senior luncheon for their Easter lunch. That was well attended. And like to thank everyone involved with the Joanne and the group for the Shamrock search that we had in town last week. That went very well. And hopefully everyone will get the notification for the Easter egg hunt. We have a good turnout tomorrow night. I believe the school's putting it out on the, very good, so hopefully. And the weather, I believe, right, Joanne, don't look good for next weekend either.
No.
So that was the reason to try to get it in for the children. Okay, that's all I have under my report. This portion of the meeting, we will open it up to the public. If anyone has anything to say, can come forward, state your name and address for the record, please.
Councilman Blair, can I ask a question? Will the budget presentation be presented next month?
Yes,
Am I right?
yes,
The presentation like she normally gives each year?
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it'll be at beginning of the meeting at 7,
Right,
rather than later.
right, because I was under the impression it was being done tonight, the budget presentation.
The state gave her different directives is why it was pushed back.
Town,
Mhm.
that he's gonna continue asking questions.
But yes, she will definitely be doing it.
Okay, good. And then,
Mark, they need your name and address for the record.
Actually, just name in town. We don't have to do addresses anymore.
Mark Sharp. And just for the record, there's no caucus or council minutes posted for September, October, November, and December. of
That is
last year.
totally mine on me. They have the drafts in the office, the, council has approved them. I just need to finalize them, so
Okay, because I sent an OPAR request.
exactly. And I'm,
May I finish? Okay, I sent an OPAR request. Then you sent a response back saying you needed 30 days. Then I asked for an update, and I never got a response. That's what I'm asking.
okay, I don't
We have
remember
4 months
seeing,
of council or caucus minutes, there's no public record of what was discussed at the council or caucus meeting, and now we're at the end of March, going into April. Okay? That's what I'm just asking. Like, why can't we have the council and caucus minutes posted in a timely manner? I've raised this issue up previous times at a council meeting. And there's only one live stream meeting out of those meetings posted, which is September. Okay? And I also like to
Yeah, we had
thank-
trouble with that.
I also like to thank Chief Burnett, for getting back to me right away, because I asked about accreditation for the police force, and he got back to me right away, and I appreciate that, Chief Burnett. You said you were looking into it. I just thought it was a good program, because I saw that the Pittman Police Force had gone through it, and allow citizens input and recommendations. I just thought it was a very good program, Chief Burnett, and I appreciate you getting back to me. Yes, sir. Okay? So that's the items that I have, all right, for this evening, Mayor.
Thank you. Sure. Mhm. Name and address.
Donald Bowers, 155 Cardinal Drive. Ray, you're familiar with what I came here for. This guy's behind me, he's drums, he's got a full band on top of his garage. Now, he's having an ordinance that lets this guy go to 10 o'clock at night. I went
Don,
over,
excuse me a minute, was that the same guy that you were complaining about a year ago or more?
2 years ago.
That's what I
2
said,
and
or
3
more.
years ago. I work out in New York
Okay.
City. I drive a truck. I leave at 2, 3 in the morning. You see me get ready, I'm going.
Do you have an address?
He's on Anderson Ave, directly behind me. But wait a sec, this is what I'm here for. I think this ordinance here is just, at 10 o'clock for anybody to make as much noise as they can. I think 8 o'clock is more reasonable. I could deal with this guy. If he goes, I asked him, I said, listen, 8 o'clock's fine. Take your guys, do whatever you want. Put bombs off in your house if you want to. But at 10 o'clock, I went over there and talked to him, and the guy's like, well, it's my right, get out of here. He's like, I'll see you later. This guy's like baiting me, you know?
Have you contacted the police department?
I have numerous times. But listen, what would it take to change this ordinance? So I think it's applicable.
2 ordinance, 2 months.
2 months?
Mhm.
And what, are you gonna do it for me, or are you
I
gonna
don't-
bring it up next meeting?
Caucus.
Whenever council decides they want to bring it up and talk about it, they can certainly do
Caucus
that.
meeting.
And
Really,
it's not a difficult ordinance to do, sir.
No, it can definitely be brought up at the April
Caucus meeting.
council caucus.
We're a young town. Both my neighbors got infants. You know, this guy has
This
a-
all the time?
What?
All the time, weekday, weekend?
It's a couple days a week. He's probably over there tonight. You know, so right now, I'm not, I could go home and like my whole night shot. You know? And then, what, am I supposed to stay up for this guy? Or should I take it in my own hands, Bill?
No.
Explain what you're gonna do with it,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna
Yeah,
help.
but I want that ordinance changed. I really do.
So there's two ways to really approach it, sir. One would be address the time. The other is, the Board of Health has sounding equipment in which they can, certain noises need to be below a certain decibel at the property line.
Who and when's gonna prove that?
The county health, like I said, sir, I'll repeat myself.
Yeah, they'll-
The county health department has actual equipment that
To come out.
measures sound that needs to be under a certain volume, or they have an ability to cite the individual for violating noise ordinances based upon not the hours, but the loudness, which is required to be under a certain decibel reading. So there's two ways to go about it, is my point that I'm making to you. There's the hour issue, and then even if it's 7 o'clock, if it's as loud as you suggest, it's most likely a violation at the property line where it's coming from. It's most likely a violation of the sound, which needs to somehow be buffered, lowered, whatever the heck needs to happen. So there's actually two ways that we can go about it. And knowing this council, I am certain beyond a doubt that they will discuss it, give me guidance and direction, and work to address your concerns.
As a follow-up, I know when there was an issue before and you did go to the police, the sound when they arrived was not above that limit. However, this,
Their ears, right? Or do they have equipment in their ears?
no, I'm just saying, the sound.
They don't go in my bedroom, Ray, and hear the.
No, Don, what I'm saying is the volume when they were out was not as you see it, and I've heard it too, and I'm across the street. So, I mean,
That's the first confirmation that I've heard. That's the first official confirmation that I've heard on this.
I mean,
So
I
the- so
haven't
the other
talked to
part,
any of
and
the
I'll-
other neighbors.
I'll speak to Chief Perna tomorrow about this, but the other part of the ordinance that, I don't know if you're aware of it, is that the noise ordinance is in effect 24 hours a day. The part for 11 o'clock is no noise after 11 o'clock. If someone is making noise that disturbs you at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock or 3 o'clock, and it's loud enough that it disturbs you, you can call the police about that, because there's a provision in the ordinance that covers that, where the police can go and demand that they turn it down.
Well, it,
So we will, my point is we will discuss it with them, and if the change that needs to be made will be
but,
made.
nobody really wants to rub their neighbors the wrong way.
I understand.
So
Right.
you take it to
Sure.
the hill.
Yeah.
Sure.
Another
Right.
thing too, the second thing I want you to talk about is that bands. I play music myself. Bands in a residential area should not be in a resident. You wanna have a band? Go get a garage, practice in a church. Listen, this is practicality. We have too many people on this planet today for this. So these two things, so when are they gonna be discussed?
Our April caucus.
April?
Mhm.
So May, come back April and May.
We'll talk about it in April, and then hopefully April council meeting,
Okay, thank you.
okay?
But you're gonna address it with Bill tomorrow,
Right.
right?
Yes,
Don, it's not gonna just happen, you'll see something occur.
right.
Yeah, and another thing too, there's an ordinance in Jersey, I almost forgot, to where I want it face to face too. I want to see what this guy has to say. I really do.
Mhm.
Okay, so I want a face to face where it says that it's just an ongoing problem. And I want to sit down with an official arbitrator. Because there is a law in New Jersey, I read on the internet about it, that I if ongoing problem, I get an arbitrator and me and him sit down to discuss this, because I want to see what his whole problem is. You know, because he knows this, he knows he knows what time I get up, and he knows kids on the side.
Yeah, I feel your frustration, sir. That might be if there are, I've been doing this a long time. That might be if there's a charge that's filed in the municipal court. There's then an option to go into.
It's before the charge, sir. It's before the charge.
I'm the-
It's to eliminate the neighbors' disputes. Look it up.
I will, because I'm not familiar with it. I'll admit to you, I'm not familiar.
Please look it up, because it actually eliminates neighbor disputes.
I don't get stumped much, but you stumped me, but I'll look at it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Don. Anyone else for public portion?
I don't know.
Hearing none, we'll close the public portion. Go on to old business, Fran?
No old business.
New business?
New business is we have ordinances that are.
So,
someone's gonna handle.
May I proceed, Madam Clerk?
Absolutely.
Thank you. First reading under new business is ordinance number 0304-24, an ordinance amending and replacing ordinance 84-6 entitled Special Officers SLEOs, designed to regulate and control the hiring, assignment, and appointments of SLEOs within the Borough of Belmar Police Department. This being a first reading, Mayor, it needs a motion and a second and a roll call to proceed to a public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fina?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Mayor, we do have a matter on for second reading and a consideration for adoption, which does require a public hearing this evening. That would be 02:02-24, a bond ordinance authorizing the completion of various capital improvements for the water utility in and for the Borough of Belmar, County of Camden, State of New Jersey, authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds or bond anticipation notes of the Borough of Belmar, County of Camden, New Jersey, in the aggregate principal amount of up to $2 million, making certain determinations and covenants, and authorizing certain related actions in connection with the foregoing. It would be appropriate, Mayor, to open it up for a public hearing by way of motion and a second, and then an all in favor voice vote, and then upon closure, move to adoption with a roll call. Thank you.
Open up now for a public hearing on the ordinance. Hearing none, we'll close the public portion. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Fran?
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fina?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes. Anything public? Any comments, Mayor? Public?
No, I did that part.
You all done?
Mhm.
All finished? Okay, good.
The next we have 02-03-24, again for second reading, an ordinance to release, vacate, and extinguish any and all public rights in and to a portion of areas 2 and 3 as indicated on the New Jersey Department of Transportation map of the Route 295, Route 42 Missing Moves project, subject to certain terms and conditions. Mayor, apparently in the mismatch of acquisitions and transfers and vacations, there was one omission that we were been advised of by the Department of Transportation. I think it's already occurred, so this would just be releasing any borough's right to and from that property, which we essentially have already done. So again, it would proceed to a public hearing tonight, and then after that's closed, consideration for adoption.
This time I open up for public hearing on the ordinance. Hearing none, we'll close the public portion. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Fran?
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilwoman Fina?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Thank you, Solicitor. Next we
If I
have,
may make some clarification before, would you want me to do resolutions, or do you want me to just make the clarifications, Madam Clerk?
Get right ahead.
Okay, so before we proceed on the resolutions, on 0373 and 0474 are authorizing payments. I would like to make that subject to, while the CFO and we're approving it, that the CFO not release it until confirmation from either the president of council or the mayor release that payment, because there were a couple of questions raised about the efficiencies of what's going on with the systems that are operating and whether they're fully operational without incident. So while they're being approved for payment number 3 and payment number 4, they're specifically conditioned on no checks being released by the CFO until the mayor and/or council president authorize same. Is that understanding acceptable to everybody?
Yes.
And we'll make the motion in consideration of those amendments. So we have 03:73-24, resolution authorizing payment number 3 to Independent Alarm in the amount of $16,938 for the camera security upgrades at various municipal-owned sites based upon the recommendation of the borough engineer. 03:74-24, resolution authorizing payment number 4 to Independent Alarm in the amount of $14,909 for security camera upgrades at various municipal-owned sites based upon the recommendation of the borough engineer. 03:75-24, resolution authorizing shared service agreement by and between the Borough of Mount Ephraim and the Borough of Belmar relative to rental of equipment and manpower for asphalt rehabilitation and concrete rehabilitation of various roadways, grounds within the Borough of Mount Ephraim. 03:76-24, resolution authorizing permit for fireworks display, public fireworks display. 03:77-24, resolution authorizing 2023 budget appropriation transfer. 03-78-24, resolution authorizing an increase in temporary appropriations for 2024 in the municipal budget. 0379-24, resolution authorizing shared service agreement by and between the Borough of Belmar and the Borough of Belmar Board of Education for the provision of school resource officer services. 03-80-24, resolution authorizing the appointment of part-time EMTs for the Borough of Belmar. Mayor?
I have their name, for Brian Pulaski and Ronald Pilla.
And those being the names put into nomination by the mayor for advice and consent by council, which would effectively come under that resolution. And then lastly, a resolution 02-81-24, should that be 03?
03.
Okay, 03:81-24, resolution authorizing March bill list for $2,114,209.18.
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Graham.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Feenan?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Mayor, could I make one comment before we move to adjourn?
Sure.
So, in the last couple of weeks, and I work in a lot of communities, and I work very closely with a number of police chiefs. And I just want to mention that at least 4 that I work with very closely have gone out of their way to tell me what a wonderful job our Chief Perna is doing in his first year on the job. That he's definitive in his decisions. Where he needs assistance or advice, he doesn't hesitate to go to other chiefs who perhaps are in bigger towns or have slightly more experience on the job. And, I just found that, it was all separate over a period of perhaps the last month, where many people who know that I represent the borough have come forward to me to call out the job that the chief's doing. So I really felt the need that I should share that with the governing body, because your first year as chief can be tough, but it's nice to know that the chief's doing a great job. And, you hear that kind of feedback in a town you grew up in and that you know and you care about. It's nice to hear. So, Chief, congratulations for hearing that kind of stuff. Is very nice, and I wanted to share it with the governing body.
Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Mayor,
Howard.
for allowing me to make that point.
No, thank you very much. Having no further business, I entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Graham?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all for coming out.
Now, on Mr. Dorenzo, there have been no comments made about
Yeah.
George Red.
Bell, Before you run out, quickly. Okay.
This is a police issue.
Yeah.